Hello, Piergiorgio. I'm happy to have you here. Can you hear
Hello,
us? How are you?
Federica. I'm doing great, and thank you again to you and to Enzo for inviting me.
Thank you to you for joining us, and it's such a privilege. We are very happy, and we are here to listen to you. So please just share your screen, and you can start with your pitch, and everybody can find out more about Blastness. Just a few seconds now
Can you see my screen?
to share. Yes, perfectly. So the platform is yours.
So let's go. I will spend a couple of seconds to explain maybe who is Blastness. It's one of our first international shows. And Blastness is an Italian company that helps independent hotels by offering technology and consultancy to increase direct bookings and revenues. So which are the two main missions of Blastness? First, developing the direct bookings in order to reduce the intermediation costs. Second, optimizing revenue management to maximize operating margins on room revenue. Let's see a few numbers that maybe can tell you something more about us. We've been operating in Italy for more than 18 years, and now we are ready to go global. Today, we are a team of over 100 professionals, and in our portfolio, there are almost 1,000 hotels. We are the number provider in Italy for booking engine and revenue management system in the luxury hotel market. And we have the biggest independent revenue management team in Italy with over 25 professionals. Since 2017, we are also a Google strategic partner with over 75 million euros of converted direct reservation tracked in 2022. From over the 10-year-long work done in Blastness in the revenue management field, we developed a new and more modern way of approaching the discipline of revenue management, and we've named it Web Revenue Management. The web revenue management is an extension of the traditional discipline of revenue management, which aims not only to maximize hotel revenues, but also to optimize commission costs. The web revenue management activity involves actively all the purchasing phases of the customer journey, arriving to the end of the purchase. The goal of a modern web revenue manager shifts from maximizing RevPAR to maximize revenues net of commission costs. And this can happen by optimizing not only occupancy and average daily rate, but also the distribution mix, which is the fundamental lever to disintermediate and which is mainly impacted by the sales strategy put in place by the revenue manager. To implement the web revenue management model, a revenue manager must design a wider and cost department strategy in order to achieve an extended goal, that is to maximize revenues net of commission. To achieve this extended goal, the web revenue manager must therefore equip himself with new tools that allow him to manage the sales in a modality that I will call dual and parallel, both on direct and indirect sales channel. In the context of web revenue management, the Blastness RMS is an hybrid facilitator that allows hotels to define rate strategy rules based on business variables, receive automatic data-driven suggestion from Sibilla, our artificial intelligence algorithm, define pricing strategies for direct versus indirect bookings, and indeed working in a hybrid modality, combining actions suggested by the business rules with automated suggestion from Sibilla and manual overrides on specific dates. The Blastness Intelligence module, included in our Blastness RMS, also provides other fundamental tools to achieve the web revenue management target, as the online sales trend with focus on direct versus indirect performance, a distribution health module to analyze the strategic distribution positioning, and also a very important thing according to me, the direct versus indirect budget management. Indeed, we have other relevant market information as the market demand, the event calendar, and the competitive market gravity. The real challenge today for us is not to retrieve a lot of data, but to transform them from data into information, and then from information into actions that can be easily conveyed in the systems without losing the control. All the information we saw before are gathered by Sibilla. They uses artificial intelligence algorithms to determine the estimated occupancy per date and the suggested full data-driven optimal rate changes. The application of web revenue management, boosted by the technological tools that support us in applying and managing the strategies, led us to achieve very good results during 2022. Here we can see the result that we have on a panel of over 900 hotels compared to the revenues of 2019. And where OTA revenues increased by 23%, we can see, we saw this incredible data that the direct booking increased on average by over 114%. And this result was also boosted by the Google channels, but we will see next week, and we will talk more deeply about this topic in the next episode. So I hope that the pitch was interesting. By the way, it was our first international pitch, so I thank again Federica and Enzo. And I hope that I was able to add a bit of flavor to the revenue management topic, and also a bit slightly different point of view.
Wow, Piergiorgio, you were exactly on time. Very good. Very well done, and that was really interesting. I know that our judges and also the audience have many questions, so just want to leave the word to you. So who wants to make a question?
Yeah, I can start again maybe. Yeah,
nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm calling from a really dark Oslo. It's actually dark basically all day around at the moment. Two questions. You said that you work with independent hotels.
Yes.
I just bought my small 250 rooms hotels, let's say Piergiorgio in Italy. And you said like we have an occupancy of 50%. How could you help us to optimize the commission? Because basically we never sold out. Our rates are high, but we want to be shown on the market. You showed the numbers now. It was up 23% for the OTAs and 140% on the web page. But yeah, that's good for me, but I still have 50% of my rooms to sell. I just want to hear what you think about that, because as the market looks at the moment, we are not filling the hotels as we did before. Maybe some exceptions, but how can you help me to like save commission, but I still want to sell the last 50% of my beautiful hotel in Piergiorgio?
Yes. It's a very good question. And actually, it helps me also to explain it better, because obviously it's not very easy in a few minutes, but it's a topic that I like to challenge. And actually, many of you don't know about my previous experience. I was working for a long time in revenue management before in the airlines at the beginning of my career, and then in hotels. Then after switched to Blastness. And I often say that if I see me 15 years ago, I obviously see a good revenue manager. I think I was talented. I love doing it. I still love it. But if I think of my hotel that was doing 10 million euro of revenues and doing 100,000 euros of direct bookings, today I can say that most of the faults were mine. And what is my, let's say, provocatory answer is that one thing doesn't exclude the other, but revenue management can exclude direct booking, because I think everything is a matter also of targets. My target was RevPAR, so I actually was obsessed by RevPAR, and I'm still obsessed by RevPAR. I was managing a 400 rooms hotel that when I started, had 43% occupancy, so I totally understand what you're talking about. And obviously, my point is increasing the RevPAR. The other thing that I want to state is that anyway, the revenue manager has a big power. Power is that he's at the end of the funnel, and he has a responsibility of creating a selling strategy that at the same time sees at RevPAR, but also sees as the direct bookings as a fundamental part of its target. For that reason, I was talking that the focus should stay on net RevPAR and on how I manage the distributional part. They have to be part of my task and also my budget. So this means that I have to build all my strategy thinking also of direct versus indirect. And this is something that is based on strategy that obviously I have to bring a maximization both of RevPAR, but RevPAR consider also the commission cost.
Yeah, good. Exactly what I wanted you to say, that you should never stop focusing on your direct bookings, even though if you see you can find something else out there, because it will bite you back if you continue year after year and doing the same. Thank you.
And totally, and now that is the funny thing, because I had the opportunity here, and maybe we will talk next time, so I don't steal too much time. I would like to receive other questions, but this thing arrived to me when I started also managing the other part, which was marketing. And as Blastness, I spend several million euros in marketing, and I feel the responsibility of not converting the money into reservation. So it's that the reason that brought me in the years to think we have to make every cent spent in marketing worth. And you do it if you manage to make efficient the return on investment, and the revenue manager plays a key role in this. I'm convinced that revenue management is very powerful subject, but also it can be also dangerous. So you have to manage it from a full perspective, and you have to, let's say, guide the sales and also the distribution process.
And I think, Piergiorgio, I think it's also about giving visibility to your revenue strategy in the direct channel. Because I think we rely so heavily on the booking engine. That's where we invest all of our time. But as you bring marketing into this, I think it's, we need to shift more towards fusing marketing with revenue to work together and feed each other with insight. So marketing knows what revenue is actually focusing on, what's priority for revenue, and where inventory is at, so that they can actually channel a lot of their energy to meet those revenue priorities. So bringing them together is obviously critical, right, to be able to continue driving that trend upward on the direct bookings.
Yes, I totally agree, and sometimes I like to say that the revenue manager has the power to empower the marketing, but also to destroy it. So we have to pay a big attention, and obviously the good thing is to empower what my colleagues put in place.
What wise words, Piergiorgio, really. I think we could listen to you for hours, to all of you. And
I would recommend you, but if you want to connect, we can talk about it for a long time.
We did it already, I think, a couple of days ago together. But yeah, and I just want to give time to make a last question, maybe quickly. So Daniel, maybe if you have any question to Piergiorgio with 1 minute, please, or try to stay short, but let's go with another question.
It's a very easy question. Many thanks for the really sharp approach your product is putting into place. I've seen on your slides that you're including market data into your system. So just let us know which market data are you including, and is this market data having an impact on your pricing algorithm?
Yes, let's say also there was a nice quote. I would say I'm who starts as a revenue manager will always be a revenue manager. And the first rule of revenue manager: more information you have, the better it is. So I'm very thirsty about data. So we both buy data, but we also get it all around. And also the important thing for me is to transform data into information and into action, because many times we also get the paralysis. At the moment, let's say the market data that we put inside can be classified in a few categories. One is everything about price. So for me, it's very important the trend of price on the single data. The other part is connected to the demand. So actually, I will make it synthetic. Let's say the numbers of rooms still available for a certain date on your relevant, let's say, market. I will not call it square. I will call it submarket. On the other side, there's all a thing that we call the demand from the request. We have data about people that are looking to book, still not booking, with a kind of, let's say, that one that comes a little bit before booking, so makes you understand the trends a little bit before. And for last part, not least, all the event data. So knowing if you have relevant events that can impact both on the international market, but also on the local market. We have also this kind of things. And these are, let's say, the four big places, sources of data, family sources of data.
Thank you.
Thank you, Piergiorgio. And as somebody very famous said, without data, we are just another person with an opinion. So that's...
I will see this quote. I like it.
So thank you so much for sharing your company, what you're doing, and for anybody who has any question about Blastness or to Piergiorgio, please contact him. He will be very glad to, he and his staff, of course, his team, to answer all your questions. So now the time is over, and we need to go to the next speech. Thank you, Piergiorgio, again. Let's find out.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.